No,
It's fine. Hello to the third series of the provider seminars, and today we have Chris and Katrina from Xello, and we have Joe from Springpod. So to start with, to kick us off, we are going to hear from Chris from Xello. Over to you,
Thank you
Chris.
very much. Thank you very much. I'll just share my screen for everyone. Do you need to give me permission to share, or have we already done
I
it?
don't think so. No, that should just start for
Cool,
you if
just
you
let me.
share.
Here we go. We got there in the end. It's Friday morning.
Perfect.
Can everyone see my screen?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. So obviously I know we've only got about 10 minutes here. So the kind of goal for today is just give you like a real quick whistle stop tour of Xello, if you like, a few of our features that get used quite well. We also have a work experience module in which you can upload careers fair attendance, upload work experience, and also manage attendance and things like that. That is all linked with Compass Plus and will go into that report. And Xello kind of talks to your MIS system and Compass Plus as well. I won't have time to go into all that today because just telling you that's took about a minute or two. So I do have pre-recorded demos of the work experience module, as well as, you know, a more in-depth demo of Xello. So if anyone wants to see that, they're more than welcome to let me know. But yeah, I can kind of show you a few bits today. So Xello actually has a full lesson portfolio here, in which, you know, the interests and skills and things that students do within Xello, they all linked to the lessons, and the lessons change as the students grow and as they input more information into Xello. And we've got year 7 to 13 in there, and there's more to come in the next year or so as well, which is good. Within the homepage here, students can actually receive links and resources from their educator based on custom groups or groups that we set up for you. So you can pop students into forms, into PSHE groups, or even, you know, students that are interested in construction, students that are interested in law, for example, and you can send them relevant resources or send them assignments based on that. So that's quite an easy sort of setup for educators within schools. Another nice tool we've got is portfolios. So as you can see here, I've sort of made this example based on if you go off to do a music degree, you actually need a portfolio of evidence, and I know other degrees are quite similar as well. So our portfolios, you can share them, as you can see here, and you can actually input, you know, huge amounts of writing, screenshots, web links, videos as well. So they can all go into there, and, you know, this can be accessed actually after they've left the school as well, or college or sixth form, so they can come back to these. Some examples that look a little bit better than mine is sort of in front of you here. This would have been used for probably like an IT project. So again, getting careers into the curriculum portfolios is a really nice way to do that. And it's kind of somewhere where you can save and store information without having to save it locally within school, or save it within an email, or something like that. Another way this is used is to, you know, for work experience. So if students come back from work experience, they can kind of fill in a diary if they want to do that. It's also used quite often for DV. So yeah, really evidencing those extracurricular activities can be done within here, and you can obviously put your pictures and videos and anything like that in there as well. I don't think we'll have too much time to go into the About Me section, but as you can see, we actually get our career matches from our matchmaker, and there's also a learning styles quiz, a skills lab, a personality styles quiz, which, you know, teachers can access, which I can hopefully show you in a minute. You can also add experiences into here. These experiences that are added by students do go into the Compass Plus report as well. And these experiences then automatically populate into a CV for the students as well. So really focusing on getting them ready for work as well, as university, college, apprenticeships, etc. The explore section is here. So as you can see, you've got careers, college and university, and courses and apprenticeships as well. Within the work experience module that I just touched on briefly at the start, students can actually view companies and view opportunities within their local area from within Xello and apply for them from within Xello as well. And they can also browse pathways. So there's actually videos within here for you'd get used a lot with like SEND students or students that are struggling to engage. They can watch a video on the different pathways. And again, everything kind of is written to a manageable reading age level of 11. And, you know, everything adheres to colour blindness. So ultimately, we try and make the platform as accessible as it can possibly be. Within careers, you can actually filter based on salary, career demand, career clusters as well, which is what I mentioned before. So if we just filter a few, there's also, as you can see, school subjects here. You can actually go into a profile. You can find out why it's a good match. So you can see why your answers from the matchmaker, etc., mean that this is a good match to you, and you can change those at any time. You can also write in notes on a career, important factors. So is this going to provide me enough money to do what I want to do, drive Ferraris, etc.? Will I have time for like work-life balance? Is it making a difference? Is the growth within the career? So these are all things you can do with the students, or the students can do independently as well. Again, we won't have time to go into this. We do have interviews from a man and a woman within our career profiles with a day in the life and them chatting about it. And then we also have core tasks and workplace. We're always very honest within our profiles. It can be stressful. And we do have a sample career path as well, which explains, you know, depending on your level of education and qualifications, where you can go, the responsibilities you need to be picking up to move to the next level, etc. So don't have too much time to touch on that, but I'd be happy to go back over that with anybody who wants to look at that. Kind of the final thing on the student side of things is the goals and plans section, which I'd be happy to show you. Then I'll quickly show you what the teacher side looks like, and then obviously we'll be at time, unfortunately. So plans are very much, you know, the longer term goals, the future job, etc. And a personal goal could be like, you know, I want to get a six pack over summer, which I've still not managed to do yet, but there we go. So we'll show you this plan quickly. As you saw in the previous example, you can have like, you know, becoming a chef, going into the military, etc. These pathways are all on here for you, but this example I'm showing here is to become a copywriter. So Xello suggests some tick box activities for you, and you can also write in your own, which is what this gibberish is at the bottom. Take them off as you go. So you're essentially creating an action plan, either again independently or with your educator. You can change your commitment level as well. And you can add pathways in. So as you can see here, I've had universities in and courses that link to becoming a copywriter, and they're all in there, including your requirements and grades you need to go and do that as well. So it's a full sort of action plan for my next step. And as I said, there's military pathways and things in there as well. You can link careers that you may want to do after this degree, or that, you know, that's similar-ish to this degree. And then, as you can see, I've drafted my my three-part personal statement in here as well. So that's just one example of how the goals and plans tools are used. If I've moved on to the teacher side here. So as you can see, these are obviously is a demo account, so these are kind of all made up. But you can add students to an existing group, as I mentioned earlier, or create a new group, assign them to an educator. So if you want to do that IT project, you can assign certain students in that class to the IT teacher, for example. Send them messages, as I mentioned before, and also you can filter this to just look at year 10, you know, the last access, the gender, it's kind of all filterable. And you can go in and look at what a student's doing as well. Lessons, so all your lesson plans are in here. You can also move these around if you think they're more applicable in certain year groups. And if I just show you the reporting side of things quickly. So a teacher can look at their own class, their own form, their own year group, their entire school as well, or their entire sort of student base, and they can have a look at their personality styles, their suggested careers, their learning styles. So for example, you could tailor your PSHE lesson around the majority of learning styles or personality styles. If you're looking at getting people in to do a careers talk, you can have a look at this and see what would be the most beneficial career. If you're looking at college and university visits, what are my students actually looking at? Let's get a visit booked in. Same with Save Careers, and then you can obviously have a look at plans by pathway. So where are my students thinking about going? If nobody's really thinking about university, for example, why is that? Do I need to get someone in from a university to talk based around these careers, etc., etc.? So they're the kind of there's some examples of how the reporting works, and of course you can deep dive into a student as well. As you can see here, I realise we're at time now, so individual students you can report for as well as the larger groups.